We found Madame Webb's storytelling could have been clearer. Plot decisions like a shaky opening scene may raise questions. Color matching in the movie remains incorrect. Movie running scenes are mismatching. There are lots more in the next. So today, we will show you the mistakes in this movie in detail, which has an IMDb rating of 3.8. You can check these facts for yourself while watching the movie. So without further ado, let's dive into the movie facts. When the Cassie was still nascent, it was seen much more broadly. Her head hair is seen as shaved, which is a big mistake in the movie. Cassie was born in the Amazon forest, and there was no one to help. But soon, we saw her in New York City. That seems like it could be more natural. A later explanation sheds little light on Cassie's infancy.
Well, my mother actually died in childbirth.
According to the laws of matter, when Cassie cuts Robert's seatbelt, the car is supposed to fall into the water. But the car plunges into the water after Robert is taken out of the car.
You're gonna be okay, sir. Just try and move, then we're gonna get you. Hey, get in! Get in!
Which has little thought. The railings of the bridge appear different at different times, indicating that the color matching in the movie remains incorrect. In the scene of the movie when O'Neill died in a road accident, the closer view of the scene and aerial view of the scene differ from each other. Which looked very unmatched with the scenes. The pigeon that Cassie sees dying in the window doesn't seem too traumatized to have died that way. The living pigeon did not seem like it was the pigeon that Cassie had seen die. Actually, we can guess that 2 or 3 pigeons are used to create that single scene. When Ezekiel Sims, as Spider-Man, fights with the policeman in the underway railway station, that seems very deliberate. The cop handcuffs Casey, but Spider-Man comes in and hits the cop, which doesn't seem normal, leaving 3 young women behind. Spider-Man drags a cop into a moving train, but what happens to them remains a blur. Many see that the Spider-Man attacks the cops, but on the radio, we hear that the cops are looking for Cassie for kidnapping 3 girls.
She?
Of the 3 teenage girls, eyewitnesses have identified the woman in her early 30s.
It was unusual for the police to squeeze the man like a spider. The day was very bright, as the 3 girls planned to go to a restaurant half a mile away from them.
Did you guys see that diner, like a half mile down the road? Let's just go there and get real food.
Didn't think it was time for dinner. But when they go to eat at the restaurant half a mile away, we can see nightfall. Here, the matter of time is probably confused. When Cassie returns and doesn't find the 3 girls, we see her walk into the restaurant where Spider-Man hits them all. But it actually saw Casey in a future that didn't match the previous events of the film, where Cassie only saw other people's in the future, but what she didn't see herself in it. Indigenous tribal chief costumes differences seem very inconsistent. When we see him first in the forest of Peru, his clothing, and when Cassie goes to the forest, his dress was too modern. In the final fight scene, where Cassie falls into the water, we see Spider-Man falling down the street. It doesn't seem coherent. Also, when Cassie was sinking, S neon sign also sank and hit at her. It totally looks unnatural, as we saw the neon signs are on the roadside. We are so glad you were with us throughout the time so far. We urge you to join in the next one. As always, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on all our reviews and coverage. Thanks.